I need to start drop down boxes. So basically, you can use drop down boxes into an HTML, but a drop down box gives you the opportunity to select a list from options. So in this class, I'm going to teach you that how can you create a drop down box. So uh, we can carry on with this. So for example, right here, I have an example. This example says that I need to create a program where a user can select a color from a drop down box and an animal from a radio button. Okay, so right now I'm discussing with you both of them. That is a radio button and that is a drop down button, the both of them. So for example, if it is basically an example of a radio button, so it is going to be like this. This is to be known as your radio button. And for example, if it is a drop down button, let me give you an example of that. A drop down button is like this. So we need to discuss in our today's class that how can we create both of these options. So just in case if there is an exam and they ask you that you need to create this option, so it would be right easy for you. So I hope that two of the terminologies are clear to you. So let's move on to our implementation part. So right in front of me, this is an HTML. I have named the HTML as a drop down. I have opened the HTML. I have opened the body as well. Now for first part, I'm basically going to do is that I'm going to start by writing and opening a new bracket, and that bracket is going to be of your select. So it is going to be like select and then ID is equals to color. This one. Now, this basically means that you have basically created a drop down list, and then the name of that drop down list is colors. I mean to say that you have given an ID to that. Just after that, what you need to do is that you need to have some of the options for that. So for your options, you are going to open up a bracket and you are going to close that just like this. Options. So basically, if you have a number of options, you can copy it or you can even enter it like this. Like this is my second option, and whatever I want the option to be, I can write it into the middle of that. So supposingly it's red, and supposingly it's yellow, and I can even make some other options as well. Like I can make it purple. I can also make it green as well. So this goes like this and select. This is it for this part. That means that you have created the drop down list. Now what you can do is that you need to open up a script. That script goes like this is the area of your script in your body and your HTML. Now uh, let's check that what so far I have achieved till now. So drop down is right here, and here are the results right in front of you. You can see that uh, yes, my screen is right in front of you, and you can see that I have successfully created a drop down button. It is like red, it is like yellow, it is like purple, it is like green. So this is it. Red, green, yellow, purple. The drop down is done. But I also need to discuss with you regarding the radio buttons as well. So I'm going to go right here and I'm going to continue my piece of code. And I hope that you are keeping up with me. If you have any queries, you can stop me anytime. So just after that, what I'm going to do is that now I'm going to create a form and I'm going to give that an ID. For example, the ID is supposedly animals. Now I'm going to type go like input type and I'm going to give it a radio button. So option is the code for drop down text. Yes, that is like you cannot say it the code. You can say that this is the code for giving the options. The code for giving the drop down is this: select ID. The code for selecting a radio button can be input type and such as a radio. But before that, you need to give an ID. Like this was an ID right here. This is your second ID. This is your form ID right here. So in your form ID input type, the type of the input is radio, and the name which you are going to utilize right here is going to be your animals, and the value which you want to be here can be elephant, elephant, elephant break. This statement might becomes difficult for you. So before continuing, I am first showing you the results. Wait. It has not given me the radio button till now. I think I have opened the form, but I have not closed it. So let me close it. Let me check now. Okay, so let me check this code again because I saw that it has some error. So first of all, HTML is correct. The body is correct. Select ID is equals to color. Options are correct. Purple is also correct. Green is also correct. Select is also correct. Then I have a new title such as form. FORM. The ID is animals. And I need to close the form right here. I forgot this. Then I have this input type is equals to a radio button. The name is supposed to be your animals. The value is supposed to be elephant and closed right here. And then the name of that. Similarly, I can make another input type as radio. The name should be of animals. The value should be tiger, close, tiger, break. Another input type I can create as radio, name as animals, value as lions, lion, break. Another input I can create type is radio, name is animals, value is giraffe, break, and form end. Okay, so let's test this piece of code. Okay, so right in front of you are the results. You can see that I have successfully created a radio button. The code is on your left hand side and the results are on your right hand side. Do you have any confusions in this? Why are we using yes for breaking, for making it to the next line? If I do not use the break, it will be used in the same line. Any confusion in this? Is there a different type like the same as radio? Yes, yes, yes. We have different types. Like if you want to use a radio, we are going to use that. If you have a different type, you can use that. Now, let's say just after the form, if I write here another line such as button on click is equals to create animal, create the animal. So let's see what it gives us right here. I'm refreshing the screen. Okay, so you can see that now it has given you this button, create the animal. So for example, if the color is red, I want a red elephant, I'm going to click here, create the animal. So it is going to create that animal and store it into a table, but storing and retrieving data is a different part that we are not discussing. I'm just discussing the HTML layout. Is this clear to you? Okay, now moving on. Now what we are going to do is that we are going to create a JavaScript function into the script part because you can see that that is empty, and we are going to access the data in the drop down box and store it into a variable. So for that, I'm going to create a script. I'm going to create a function. The name of the function is going to be create animal, and I'm going to use a variable. The name of the variable is going to be drop down name is equals to document dot get element by ID, and the ID of that is supposedly going to be your color, bracket close. I'm going to have another variable, and the name of that is going to be color chosen is equals to drop down name dot options, and it is going to be like drop down name. It might become a little complicated for you right here, but I just want you to see the results that I'm getting right here. Why it is now drop down option names? Just wait a moment. For now, let's skip this part. It will become quite complicated at this stage. You see, it becomes a little bit complicated, but what I was just trying to do is that I first created the function that is named as create name. I gave it a drop down name as document dot element by ID color, and I have selected the variable as color selected. But I need to select the color from a drop down name options from the selected index and text. And then I have selected is animal selected, and I'm actually having a value that is other than that, and then generating an output. But let's leave this for now. It would become a little bit complicated for you. I'm moving on to the next area, that is detecting an events. And detecting events is like you can have already used on click in the section on the buttons. So buy, onload. Okay, so in terms of your detecting events, you have already used on click in this section to describe the button. However, in your detecting events, I have three areas. The first one is an onload one. So when you attach onload to an attachment, it will run when the element is called or the loaded. Like in this example, when the web page loads, the function will run. So this means that it is only going to run when you are going to load that. You can implement that just right after my class. You can even copy paste it. You can see the functionality. I'm not doing it right here because it's quite easy. You can do it on your own for your on load, for your on change, and for your on mouse. If I'm talking in terms of an on mouse, so this is when the user moves the cursor over an element. So in this example, when the user puts their cursor over the image will change automatically. So you can use these functions on mouse out, on mouse key downs. Uh, I hope that you do not want me to do them, because you can do that on your own. We have a little time left, so you can just try and play with these. In your 20.11, it's regarding the showing and hiding elements. So you can use this HTML element. For example, paragraph can be made visible. So they appear and are on screen and visible. The visibility option can be set to visible, right? Like this is another example of that. Okay, so let me just complete this example. This is going to cover the both of the areas. Just do one thing. If you can please join this class back again and I can complete this example.